Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, today, since we no longer have a Secret Service director, we had the director of the FBI in the I wish I could remember the name of it. The Committee for Overseeing Government Organizations. I can't remember. Um, Overwatch Committee or whatever the heck it's called. Anyway, so they start off this hearing. The chairman starts off by talking about the firefighter that was killed. I apologize. I have a hard time pronouncing his name, and I do not want to butcher it, but everybody knows him. His firefighter uniform was actually at the RNC convention. The chairman started off acknowledging him and talking about his family and saying how we feel for his family. And then he handed it off to the ranking member. And this pompous asshat takes the opportunity to, I'm sorry, let me back up for a second. So the chairman also talks about the member of Congress for the Senate that just passed away. I apologize, I don't remember her name. And since I'm driving, I can't really look it up. Now, that being said, he was respectful the whole way around and said, we're here today to find out what happened with the Trump assassination. And so then he hands it off to the ranking member, and the ranking member, this freaking asshat, decides he's going to sit there and talk shit about Trump and everybody else and Project 2025 and this, that, the other, and everything else. It was like, dude, we're trying to find truth here, not go on a fucking witch hunt and use all your stupid bullshit Democratic propaganda to try and make Trump and the Republicans look bad at this hearing. We're looking for fucking truth. I mean, I knew they could only be bipartisan for a day. That was the best they could get, was one day. One day of being bipartisan. Because the next day, nope, they couldn't be bipartisan at all. They had to start throwing mud at each other, or at least the Democrats started throwing mud first. And it's stupid. We're trying to find truth. We're trying to find out, what do you mean English or Spanish? That statement doesn't make sense to me, so, or questions. So anyway, so then they go into this hearing, and Director Wray, he's not bipartisan at all. He's a lefty hack. This dude is like, I don't know. We thought he was a good pick by President Trump, and he's been more of a Democrat than most Democrats when it comes to how he treats people, what he actually looks for, the way he refuses to acknowledge the truth or even speak the fucking truth. It's just so stupid. So, that being said, the hearing today was a waste of time. What they did find out, great. They found out. But even Director Wray with the FBI, we're now 7, 8, 9, 10. We're now 11 days away from the attempted assassination on Trump. And even the FBI is clueless. So I don't get it. How in the world could we know where this dude lived, where he trained? Dude, he used to train at a gun range where the DEA and, I'm sorry, not the DEA. That's right. The DEA and some other law enforcement agencies, they freaking trained there. And this kid was training underneath I'm trying to choose my words wisely. He was training on how to use a rifle at a range where there was law enforcement, and he was right under their nose, and they didn't catch wind of this dude until after they put a bullet in his head. Oh wait, no, that's right. They did catch wind of him. They had eyes on him an hour before he took a shot at the president. An hour. And he had things he shouldn't have had in there. A bike, a backpack, a rangefinder. They saw all this. Yes, I understand he missed. I love people. And he didn't miss because he was a shit shot. He missed because of divine intervention. I firmly believe that. Because everybody else that I've seen take this same shot has gotten it almost every time. So I love people. What are you calling BS on? The fact that they should have seen this guy coming? An hour before he took a shot at Trump, they had eyes on him, but they did nothing? That's not bullshit. That's verified. And it was even verified earlier with the release today of the body cam from one of the Secret Service snipers, if I remember correctly. He's sitting there talking to him. They were viewing pictures on their phone of the dude who shot at Trump. And those pictures are date and time stamped. And because they're employees of the government, that shit is now foiable. I guess that's how you would call it. Foiable? I don't know the term. Those pictures are considered public record because they were created by a public employee funded by the government. So therefore, you perform a FOIA request and get copies of those pictures that they took with their fucking phones. Point being, they knew about this dude well before he took his first, fifth, third shot. They knew well before what was going on. Or at the least the fact that he was out of the ordinary and they should have approached him. Apparently, another testimony stated that he was approached by a police officer who he then pointed his gun at, or pointed something at the police officer, and the police officer went away. No radio, no code red, no bullshit, no nothing. But I haven't heard any more about that testimony, so I'm going to put that one at the top of my hat for right now. But the facts we learned today were great. The FBI is still they're going to follow along with the former director of the Secret Service and cover for the Secret Service and the agent in charge. We should know the agent in charge's name by now because it was their fuck up. They called the stand down to not shoot this kid until he was a viable, permanent, oh my God, there's rounds down range threat. And that's when they put a bullet in the kid's head. And yes, it's sad. This kid was way too young. But we have to look back even further than that. How the hell did this happen? He had made searches on Google. He had pipe bombs in his vehicle. The advancements he had made to try and put the wireless detonators on them, they said was top notch, but because they weren't on, they wouldn't have worked. And the FBI also stated that other than that, it was kind of a crude pipe bomb. I'm flabbergasted, guys, and yes, Trump is alive. That's great. I'm thankful to God every day for that. What I have an issue with is where the answers the public wants. We want to know how this happened, why he was allowed to roam around and get on a roof that should have been covered, and he was noticed an hour before the shooting happened. Colorado, Amit Rawat, Colorado. Why, when there's people in the crowd recording videos saying, hey, he's on the roof, he's got a gun, they did nothing. I would think if there's people outside of your original perimeter that you have secured and they're pointing somewhere together and yelling gun, 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 that you're going to fucking do something. But they didn't. On top of that, they should have secured, stay off the grid. If you don't want banned from my channel, stop throwing insults, especially petty little childish ones. Come on, dude. Grow up. Do whatever. I don't give a shit. If you want to act like a 2-year-old, by all means, be my guest. You just show how pathetic and worthless you are by acting like a 2-year-old. Now, why wasn't that rooftop secured? That rooftop should have been secured, period. End of story. It was within 100. Oh no, bad, boy's bad. I'm so scared. They're gonna report me. Aw, Snowflake, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Snowflake. You don't like hearing the truth? You don't like my opinion? Guess what? We live in the United States of America where First Amendment trumps everything. So, kiss it, buddy. That rooftop should have been secured the day prior, and no one should have been allowed in that area. They should have, even though it was a private residence, they should have had it, I'm sorry, not private residence, privately owned property. Even though it was privately owned property, they still should have had it secured. Because not having that secured was a huge threat. What are you saying, Rev? I don't know what you're asking there, Rev. That kiss it comment wasn't directed at you, so. And no, I am not an old man. I'm still in my 40s. Most guys in their 60s still call me a young man, so yeah. A dongle? Yeah, I hear iPhones use a lot of dongles. And if they want to charge and listen to their phone with headphones, they got to use a double dongle. That's what I heard. Oh yeah, the window that the Secret Service snipers were in. Oh yeah, they were right behind him. That was insane. It makes absolutely no sense. I am telling you right now, I'd be willing to bet my bottom dollar that there is some corruption and something was done to purposely make this open. Are you after your 40s, Douglas, or before your 40s? Have you gone past them already, or have you yet to reach them? I guess is a better way of putting it. But thank you for that, Amit Rawat. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel you, Douglas. I do have some good news, though. My oldest, I went Saturday and helped my oldest buy her first car. So that was a cool development. She is the happy owner of a 99. I see your apology, boys bad. I just choose not to acknowledge you anymore, because if you want to start off a conversation by being insulting, it's really not worth talking to you. But anyway, she got to purchase a 99 Ford Mustang GT with a manual transmission, soft top, and get this deal we got, Douglas. Oh, sorry, Doug. My bad, Doug. It only had 46,000 miles on it. A 99 Ford Mustang. The damn thing was in mint condition. We're going to go pick it up Saturday. It had to have a rear axle seal replaced. Other than that, it was in mint condition. Not a scratch on that bad boy. It was beautiful. For that age, yes. Not just a Mustang GT. Ah! You know? That's the car that came out when I graduated high school. So I was, when I saw that car and I was able to see that, it was cool. All right, Jack, thanks. So when it comes to, I really think there's been some corruption. We're talking about the current day's events in the U.S. regarding the Trump assassination investigation up at the Oversight Committee. There it is. Now I remember what it's called. Talking about the FBI, which the director of the FBI was testifying. Oh, and the protesters, guys. This is hilarious. So Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, was in the U.S. Capitol today. And guess what? They decided the Palestinian supporters wanted to come out and protest. Now, I'm going to state this one fact, and I want everybody to listen to me. I served in the military. Don't worry about thanking me. That's not why I'm mentioning it. I'm mentioning it because I trained, and was in the military when it came time to, if I needed to, I would have fought for everybody's freedoms. Now, that being said, many people have died for the freedoms that we have in this country. And I will fight till my dying breath for someone to have their freedom of speech. Now, when you take it beyond freedom of speech and you start breaking shit, burning shit down, and destroying other people's lives and destroying other people's safety, that's where I draw the line, and your free speech is no longer exempt, because it's not free speech anymore. Now it's violence. Now it's terrorism. That being said, I don't mind that the Palestinians burn the American flag. That is their right. That is their way of protesting. Great. Congratulations. I have no problem with that. Shero Senpai, that was an awesome comment, but I'm gonna let that one go ahead and show. That was hilarious, Sharon. I really think that a lot of people have been misguided by. Oh yeah. Yep, I saw they put up a Palestinian flag. That's the one problem I have. You can support Palestine all you want, and you can burn the American flag all you want. But you don't have a right to take an American flag already hanging. Hold on 1 second.
Press Uconnect phone button to answer.
I gotta pause the live stream for 2 seconds, guys. Actually, no, I'm gonna refuse it because I can't. I don't want to pause my live stream. Sorry, if you couldn't hear me right there, someone tried to call me. So, yeah. I'm on my way to a drone flying gig, so, but yeah, back to what you were saying, Doug. It was a great speech. I think Netanyahu is so excited that Trump's going to be back in the White House. And for those of you that are in the chat that don't believe Trump's going to be back in the White House, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. There's no way Kamala or any other Democrat is going to get enough boost by voters to overcome the push behind future 47th President Donald Trump. However, I will say that we do need to have our voting system revamped so there's less chance of corruption in it. But there's a lot of things that need revamped. Our tax system needs revamped. We need a straight flat tax. If everybody pays a flat tax on... So here's my thought. Oh yeah, it's completely the best option we have, Marco, completely. But here's my thoughts, okay? If Sorry, I've been trying to take a drink, but I won't shut up long enough to take a drink. If we can make a flat tax, either a flat federal income tax or a flat federal sales tax, that right there will cover everything. And then there's no more, well, they don't pay their fair share, blah, 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 blah. Actually, they'll bitch more about it. And the reason why they'll bitch more about it is because right now the taxes are structured that the more you make, the more you pay. So if you make over, I think it's 250, 300,000 a year as an individual, or 600,000 as a married couple, which there's not very many people making that much, you're paying almost 40% in taxes, just federal. That's not counting any state income taxes you have or any other taxes that you end up paying in the interim, like when you pay for stuff like groceries. Some states have no tax on groceries, some states have tax, so on and so forth. So I just want to point that out. If we had a flat tax, if we did a flat, let's say 20% tax across the board, no, we can't take away taxes because that's how we fund our government. Or at least that's how they've gotten used to funding our government. We would have to find an alternative, which at this point I'm not sure we can easily find with how messed up our system is. But I do like the idea. And back in the day, even when George Washington was president and he was a senator, I'm not a senator, when he was done being president, he went back to farming. He didn't get a lifetime retirement check from the fucking government. That, I have a problem with that. A lot of people go into politics because if they can get into office one time and serve 2 years or 4 years or whatever the minimum term is in the House or the Senate, bam, done. Now they get retirement for the rest of their life, free medical benefits, all sorts of shit. That's not right. That is wrong. Completely, totally wrong in my book. I did, boys bad. I said I saw your apology. I just choose not to talk to you. Sorry. Next time, try starting a conversation off more respectfully instead of throwing insults like you're a 2-year-old. Sound good? I'm trying to think of who the guy who helped bring back Godfather's Pizza. He had the 999 plan. He passed away due to pancreatic cancer. I liked his 999 plan, but I didn't like it enough to vote for him as president. But I thought it was a good idea, and it did make sense. Completely made sense. But even with that 999, that's 27% in taxes. Hey, John G. I'm not holding my phone, dumbass. But thanks for your concern. And I am focused on driving. I could probably outdrive you, buddy. But I really feel that as we move forward as a country, once we get past this election, I really feel that Trump can help bring us back. Oh, speaking of that, the ranking member, I cannot remember his name to save my life, but he, I didn't mute you, John G. I didn't mute you. I just don't have the time to unmute that one statement. Because like you said, I should focus on my driving. Duh! Welcome everybody to the Leftist Morons. Everybody say hi to John G in chat. Say hi, Snowflake. Everybody in the chat, say hi, Snowflake, to John G. Now, so the ranking member decided he was going to talk about Project 2025. No, not small man syndrome, dude. I just think it's funny. Little keyboard warrior. He started talking about Project 2025 and all the stuff that they claim that 2025 is going to be and what it's not going to be. So, no, when you're over 6 feet tall and you think people are stupid, like this example right here with you, who you think you can do what you want and say what you want, and oh my gosh, I'm so intimidated. Yeah, sorry, I'm not. I've got an 11-year-old that acts more mature than you do, John G. So Project 2025, the left is really trying to distort the true meaning behind it. So what we're trying to do is set a floor plan or game plan, map, whatever you want to put down there, to guide us towards the future of a better country, a better future for our kids, for our government. The only thing they've said about it is true is the fact that we want to abolish the Department of Education. And I completely agree with that, because if you eliminate the Department of Education, you eliminate the government's ability to impose its will and mass what's it called? Mass brainwashing on our students and on our children by being a part of the public schools. That gives us the ability to make teachers that do good a focus of the next school system, or the next system after they get rid of the Department of Education. I feel that would be moving in the right direction. Everything else they've said about it so far is bullshit, though. They've said stuff like, "Oh, they're gonna make a nationwide ban on abortion." Nope, Trump's already said no, not gonna happen. And I don't think it should. It's being left up to the states, which is the way stuff was intended. The government is only meant to be there to protect the states and make sure, boys bad, I'm just going to let it be. I don't need to kick people to ignore them in chat. The laws that each state makes is what garners its citizens. So if a state decides they want to have a bunch of citizens that want abortions at 32 weeks, they'll make a law making it legal. If they don't want to have citizens that think that's okay or believe in that, they'll make a law going with their conscience. There are a lot of conservatives that feel that after a heartbeat is able to be heard, then the baby is technically alive and well and growing like it should, so therefore no abortion should be processed after that time. I have my own beliefs, and I'm going to keep those tight to my chest, because I'm not trying to start any controversy in my chat. But what I will say is, Trump has already stated that he will not ban it nationwide. I agree, Doug. You're right. There is too much interference. The government needs to take a hands off of what the states want to do. Stop trying to make federal law. Stop trying to use the Supreme Court to make stuff happen. And just move on and make our country better by doing stuff that benefits everybody in all 50 states. So that being said, guys, am pulling up to my drone appointment. I appreciate all of you coming through. The one commodity you can never get back, earn more of, or trade to earn more of it is time. And are you going to stop? Are you going to stop? Jeez, on Christmas, some idiots. So, it's the one commodity you can't get more of, and you guys chose to use some of it on me. It's greatly appreciated. You guys are awesome. God, peace, and love y'all. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to do my drone job, head home, and get ready for my second job that I got to work tonight. So, oh, of course, Anaya. I'll be there again next year. I actually got a new camera set up with a better tripod, so I'll actually be able to make a much better show of it when we film the concerts next school year. So, anyway, you all have a great one. Thank you, Josh Martin, for that. Before I go, I want to see a big group of Let's Go Brandons in the chat. Hit me with a one time. One time. Let me see it. Everybody hit Let's Go Brandon in the chat. Or FJB. Your choice. I just want to see it real quick in the chat. But anyway, guys, that being said, I got to get going. Have a great day. Peace.